Hey guys, welcome back to Fight Tonight channel. Gervonta Davis gives 5 wild reactions to Devin Haney showing Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney, as a show of Ryan Garcia, has drawn the attention of common enemy Gervonta Davis. Haney and Garcia met in a first fight week face-off on top of the Empire State Building ahead of their April 20th showdown, and things turned quickly heated. The pair came face-to-face and traded insults before WBC champion Haney grabbed his rival's neck and showed him before the respective teams separated the fighters. Davis, who beat Garcia by stoppage in April 2023, was quick to post a response to the clash, sharing a video of 2 teenagers fighting, with one being dropped by a right hook. He shared it with the caption, "Two good guys selling it." Davis settled his better rivalry with Garcia last year, causing him to retire from their fight with a brutal body shot. He also has traded words with Haney over a potential All-American mega fight, but it is unclear whether this will materialize in 2024. Davis currently holds the WBA title at 135 pounds, but could easily move up to 140 pounds and chase a fight against Haney. 25-year-old Haney may need to prevent any further incident from taking place, given he has previously received fines for his actions. The WBC super lightweight champion was fined $400,000 by the Nevada State Commission. Garcia will want to bounce back with a shock win in New York to revive his ambitions of conquering the sport after his damaging defeat to Davis. But there have been concerns for Garcia, including from his ex-wife, after his bizarre activity on social media in the build-up. Despite questions being raised by the WBC, Garcia has been cleared to compete in the event. The winner will get their 4th win over their respective opponent. Given Garcia and Haney have fought 6 times in the major ranks, with 3 wins apiece, and Garcia has made a surprisingly bold prediction for their maiden professional clash, suggesting, "I just have to show up to win the fight. If I wanted to, I could knock him out in the first. If I want to make money, bet on the second round knockout," Garcia said. A showcase of 2 rising stars takes place on Saturday as WBC junior welterweight champion Devin Haney makes his first title defense against former interim title holder Ryan Garcia in a 12-round boxing main event. Their showdown tops the main card, 9 p.m. from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Haney is the former unified lightweight champion who vacated those belts in order to move up a weight class. In his debut in junior welterweight, he outclassed veteran contender Regis Prograis last December in a 12-round decision for the vacant WBC title. Garcia is a former WBC interim lightweight champion who is now competing for his first undisputed major world title. Haney is a favorite. Haney has long been considered a prodigal talent who has the potential to be one of boxing's biggest stars of this generation. He has been training since age 7 and was so age to turn professional that he memorably took a handful of fights in Mexico, where he could get professionally sanctioned before he turned 18. Now 25, the San Francisco native won his first major boxing title in September 2019 when he captured the vacant WBC lightweight title. Now he turns his attention to Garcia, who could already be at a turning point in his young career. The 25-year-old Californian, similar to Haney, has long been on the radar of boxing observers because of the looks and charm that mirror those of his boxing idol Oscar De La Hoya. Although Garcia failed to reach numerous milestones that De La Hoya achieved, he still managed to win 15 major championships and enter the pro ranks with plenty of fanfare. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.